What's up? What's up? What's up, my beautiful, diverse American people? Boy, have a lot of things occurred. Um, but today I'm going to get a little nostalgic with you. I'm sure some of you remember back when we sent that first spaceship to the moon, the Apollo missions. Remember the computers that they used for those missions? The technology. Remember how, those computers were pretty much the size of a warehouse where they had to, you know, that's how big these things were. They didn't do much. I mean, we have calculators with more power than those warehouse-sized computers that developed the technology and manned and powered and did the math for these missions to the moon, communications-wise, everything that those were the computers. As technology advanced, that capacity, doubled, and then we had, room-sized computers where what would be back one of the first PCs was the equivalent of a room-sized computers back in the day. Again, technology moving forward, everything got smaller. Everything became more user-friendly. We went from the big box to the closet-sized computers to the luggage-sized computers to the the smaller shoebox size computers came next, and now a little 3x5 little card has more power than 1,000 times over and over what that first warehouse sized computer had as far as capacity and memory and what it could do. So, if you see, what I'm getting at is that as technology advances, things get smaller, less space is required, and right now, there's a big push with all these communities and all these little morons in these city governments and city councils that are being scammed by these tech companies about building data centers. That's the big thing, data centers. They're bribing them, they're telling them about riches and money and jobs, and yes, they will bring construction jobs when they build these mammoth facilities that are going to drain water systems, they're going to pollute them, they're going to raise energy usage, they're going to rape, pillage, and plunder those communities that they get built in and are built in already. They're all over, under the promise of the prosperity and jobs and things that they bring these communities. So in rural neighborhoods in the Midwest where people moved out because they want to live in the country, they are slamming these albatrosses, data centers onto their neighborhoods, their communities. And a lot of people are going to make a lot of money right now. But as we've seen, as we've proven that technology continues to advance, there are already companies and technology for moving all of that data storage off planet onto satellites. Because the technology will advance, will become smaller, will require less space. And that means that these communities in a 10-year process, in the 10-year period, are going to have these abandoned, huge albatrosses deteriorating their communities because they are no longer needed. And they will be left with polluted waterways, with raped and destroyed infrastructures for the benefit and the profit of a few. That's what you have to look forward to by building data centers. Now, without any promise of what's going to happen in 10 years when they're obsolete. Like we've seen all technologies. Because you buy a phone today, and in 3 years, that phone is obsolete. The same thing is going to happen with these data centers. In 5-10 years, they will be obsolete. And all that riches, all those promises that were made to the idiots in these city councils that are being shown the money now and all being bribed and are going to make their life better for the next 10, 20 years. But by the time the ravaging begins, they'll all be dead. They won't even be in those communities anymore. So the future is going to pay because data storage in space is already being developed. Number one, they have unlimited power. They don't need to use a grid. They have the power of the sun. And they don't need water to cool it because space is cold. So the cooling is already there. So common sense will dictate that this technology will be moving off planet sooner rather than later. But that's not what they're telling you. They're not telling these cities that. They're telling them they're going to make so much money. They're going to be rich. It's the same beta boy bitch nonsense. To rape, pillage, and take advantage of communities, of the desperation that they've created in these communities to further profit for a few, for a handful. And that's not what the founding fathers envisioned. I'm George Delara. I want to be your next president. Not a millionaire, not a billionaire, not a politician, not a Democrat, not a Republican, not a lawyer, not a communist, not a socialist, just a fucking American that knows we can do better than beta boy bitches who fell ass backwards into wealth and convinced you that they're geniuses because they could buy shit up. We need to end this ridiculous assumption that wealth and intelligence go together. They don't. We're seeing it. We're seeing it. So we need to end this stupid beta boy bitch racist fascist bullshit and return our nation to the founding fathers' vision of a nation built on freedom. God bless you. I love you. Crazy and impossible. Share it. This algorithm, this platform has shut me down. They don't want my word spread. I get 2-3 views in weeks where I would get 200-300 in the first 30 seconds of posting a video. That's not an accident. That's by design. So it is what it is. We the people are the rightful masters of both the courts and the Congress, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who would pervert our Constitution, and we see beta boy bitch perverting of our Constitution every single day by this criminal syndicate regime of racist, pedophiliac-loving morons. Enough of that stupid shit. We the people. God bless you. God bless the American people, and we'll overcome. We're going to rebuild our way so that everyone has the opportunity to live your life how you choose, not how you're dictated. Because that's the whole purpose of why the founding fathers took on the biggest army on the planet. For freedom, that's it. That's all they wanted, freedom. And they took on the biggest army on the planet, which was the British Army, for that freedom. And we're not going to let a few beta boy bitch cowards, because that's all they are, cowards, derail the founding fathers' vision, much less in a year like this, where 250 years of the greatest democracy ever known to man is under threat by a Putin, Castro, beta boy bitch autocratic mumbo jumbo that is that Project 2025 malevolence they are trying to shove down our throats. Crazy and impossible. Share it. They're not going to do it. It's up to you. What do you want? Do you want more of the same? Two groups of billionaires competing to let you know, oh, I love you. I'm like you. But they've never lived the American struggle. There's a handful of politicians that have, and I respect them, especially the ladies. But not many who have lived the American struggle. We the people. God bless you. I'm George De Lara. Share it, love it, crazy and impossible. End racism. Let's build progress. God bless you.